smell the ashes.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another live stream on the It's a Nobel Twitch channel. My name is Nobel, and today we are going to be playing some Minecraft. And, Borbergorl, it is indeed a Sharko, and I hope you enjoy your Golden Cookie and your Jammy Dodger. And... Nubian, thank you for the rise and shine. And indeed, let's rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. And let me get Gary, please and thank you. Can we have a shout out for the cute beans in chat? There we go. But yes, today we are going to be playing some more Minecraft. So, why is the game not up? There we go. There we go. And last time we were out here, we were looking for wolves. I have no idea what way home is. Actually, home is this way. So, we should continue in the opposite direction of home. Get here right after the shoutouts. Well, right after Gary put them in, and hello. Hello, Floofy. Hello, Panda. Don't worry, there will be more shoutouts to Sling, Floofy. Don't you worry. But yes, how is everybody doing? And indeed, Panda does need booped. Hey, Tiz. Hope you're doing well. Also, I'm sorry if any of y'all can hear the neighbor's dog in the background just going nuts. Huh. Trying to figure out what the hell that was. Apparently the leaves on trees can shed. Neat. Sure, if I told you, but guess what? Is this about how you got a PC case? You know what? I think I'm gonna head home and pick a new achievement to work at. Hello, little armadillo. Sorry to scare you. It's funny that they're adding realism to Minecraft. Like how the leaves can sort of like trickle down. What the hell? This isn't spawn. Why the fuck is 00 a mushroom island? What the fuck? What the hell is going on? I mean, I'll take the gold. Over some kelp. Sitting over some dirt and a fire charge. I'll take that, sure. But I'm pretty sure home is somewhere over that way. Yeah, this way. What the hell? And this isn't even where we spawned. I mean, I'm not sure if the first Minecraft stream is up, chat, but, like, we spawned out in the jungle. I guess it's a good thing we set up the respawn anchor so I'd know exactly where I'm headed. But... also, chat, if you want, you can all see the lovely thumbnails. This is the thing I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start posting, because I don't think Twitch lets you have thumbnails for streams. So I am going to start posting the thumbnails that I make for the YouTube videos in the Discord. Yes, okay, this is the correct way. Actually, Ziggy, does Twitch let you upload thumbnails for your streams?
Not quite sure how to help you with.
Ziggy, Google if Twitch lets you have thumbnails for streams.
Sorry, having trouble. Please try in a little while.
Alright, I'll use my phone then. I mean, Lord knows how long I'm going to be boating back to the base. Walking might actually have been quicker. Instead of trying to respawn. Can you set thumbnails for Twitch live streams? No, you cannot. So I'm going to be uploading those into, there's home. There's home. I'm going to be, uploading those, to the Discord. Alrighty. That didn't go how we wanted it, did it? Alright, we've got the barn that I've still got to finish. Got my lovely copper all oxidizing up there. I like the way that looks. But we do have the lovely new copper golems. And I want to put them to work. I want to see how these new copper golems do. So, what I'm going to do... I think is I have been wondering what to do with this. And I think I'm going to turn this into a storage system. That's, I think, what's going to happen with this. I think what I want is I come in here and I've got a double chest that feeds down into here. Fuck. Okay. Gonna grab a pickaxe. Hello, little copper golem. Then here, let's make him happy to start with. By getting him a little chest that he can fill up with stuff. There you go, little fella. Alright, now then. I gotta get me a double chest. And yeah, sure, I'll take jungle wood for that double chest. Because it's a chest. And do I have any iron around here? Because I need to make some hoppers. Okay, I don't seem to have any in there. Maybe I've got it in material. Got some nuggets. Surely I must have some. Okay, there's some more iron nuggets. And that's not even enough iron for a hopper. Not even enough iron for one hopper. No, but I heard... Oh no, that's no good. Okay. I think my little copper golem can keep himself entertained for a little bit. Ah, thank you for the boop, Evie.
Cheese. We'll go somewhere where there's cheese.
Ooh, cheese is very good. Yes, let's go somewhere where there's cheese. Wisdom teach surgery. Oh no, Evie, that's no good. Oh. Well, okay, sorry, that's very good, but oh no, poor Bean, you're hurdy. The hurdy is no good. The necessary surgery is getting done is useful. Oh, welcome to the tum.
Cheese.
Thank you for the cheese, and I hope you enjoy your cookie jar cookie. Alright, now let's get these picked up, and I should... Thanks, Twitch, for making my name gray. Oh no, poor Shade. Hello, Shade. Can we get a shout out for Shade, please, and thank you from one of our wonderful mods? There we go. Great frickin' wonderful, can't catch a break. Oh no. What's been happening today, Shade? Sounds like more's gone wrong than just Twitch mucking up and making your name gray. You're gonna change name color? Oh no. Alright, there we go. Back up to the surface. Say a little goober. Oh, that explains why you hit like a truck. The little thing had an iron sword. Shame he didn't drop it, I wouldn't have minded that. I wonder, can the little guy get to the chest located right here? He can! Wonderful. And hello, Jensen. Thank you for getting the shout out for Jensen. Wrong item. There we go. Wait, I want that iron. I'm gonna let the little guy kind of run amok and get everything sorted, and then I think I might go through myself and manually resort stuff as I see fit. But I want to give the little guy a chance to, you know, put together his own little sort. I'd say ice cream for all. That sounds wonderful. I think the copper golems will only naturally sort one item to a chest. Unless there are already multiple items in the chest. Ah, thank you for the boop, Jansen. And thank you for the head pats. I hope work was better today than it has been in the past. Still at work. Ah, well, I hope it's going better today than it has been. I do like how the little guys sort stuff out. Just, oh, no, not that one. Oh, no, not that one. Oh, no, not that one. He's so cute. Ah, that's the one. That's where the axes go now. He's found where it belong, and that's where it go now. Thank you for the crab, Rave Panda. And I think for the good of the little guy, I'm gonna have to block up this little stairwell. He seems to keep getting caught trying to pathfind through it. I just can't have the little guy getting stuck like that. It's not good for him. Everyone needs Crab Rave in their lives. I'm inclined to agree. Alright, and I'm just gonna stuff as much stuff into these chests as I can. The only things I'm gonna keep in my hot bar, or in my inventory for that matter. Time to put the little guy in a 3-block deep hole. Nah, I think we can keep him out of a horse hole for now. In case people don't know, by the way, some people in Minecraft will put horses in 2x2 3 deep holes because they won't naturally pathfind their way out of it, but you can hop on and jump them out of it. And so sometimes they get called horse holes. But I like the little guy. He's a little quirky, but he's nice. Nothing wrong with a quirky little guy doing quirky little guy things. And I need some carrots, I realized. I don't know if the copper golem has gotten to sorting them out yet or not. But I know I have carrots here. This corner is going to get set up for enchantment stuff, so... This is going to be our little copper golem's work spot. Ah, he had not yet sorted the carrots. Suppose I could have grabbed them from there, but oh well. And because it's updated, it's broken the resource pack. like, not completely broken it, but it's kind of broken it. I wonder how it considers what items should go together. I wonder if it thinks of tools as belonging together. I suppose I'll find that out when I see how it sorted everything. I wonder if it considers durability separate times. Separate times? Separate items. Like, if it's the same item but a different level of durability, if it considers that a separate item? That would be interesting. I think it would be a terrible way to have the little guys work, but it would be interesting. I'm almost certainly gonna have to sit down and, like, fix the little guy's sorting, but I am really just curious to see what he does with it. So once I get all of these chests condensed down into the fewest possible chests, that way the little guy can sort through them all. Because I was never very good at keeping my chests organized, like, even though I marked out what they were for, did I do a good job of maintaining what they were for? No. So I'm not going to be too disappointed in the little guy if he does as bad a job as I did. Frankly, I'll be impressed if he does as bad a job as I did. But yes, how is the Minotaur? Well, I wasn't here. Yes, you did, Jensen. I'm sorry, I have not... I got kind of lost in what I was doing there and wasn't keeping up with chat. Bad at Organizer 2 sometimes. I remember when putting some random crud in my chest in Starbound, then going, what the heck, why is there medkits in the food fridge? I know that feeling of just not organizing and not being fucked to organize. You know, so if the little guy can let me have a dump chest and sort all of my crap out for me, I'm cool with that. I can live with that, you know? You know, I might need to set up an overflow chest, you know, a little second area where there's a second little guy who sorts out all the overflow. That's cool. I can do that. Anyway, gonna grind on Gouda Gouda event in FGO. I have no idea what that means. Forgot to mention, I get random events in my mobile game. FGO is Fate the Grand Order, and Gouda Gouda is a once-a-year event. Ah, I see. Okay. Isn't Fate the series that Astolfo is from? I could be wrong, but just the name Fate the Grand Order rings a bell, and I'm thinking that might be why it rings a bell? Alright, gonna run off to bed. I'm gonna take a little sippy of my water. Lovely. Femboy has Hippogriff Mount and is one of the 12 paladins by chance? Possibly? All I know is I'm thinking of Astolfo. And yes, the Femboy. I have no idea if is a paladin or has a Hippogriff Mount. I ditched my chest. That was my chest of chests. That's where you are. Gotta get the chest of chests. Or rather, the stack of chests. Who'd have thunk I could compact all of my well-sorted, organized, I could find my things down into a few much smaller chests. And render it completely unusable. Oh, not able to find a damn thing, but hey, it's far more compact now. That's why we got the little guy, though. Yeah, it's a Stolfo. Here, shoot, trivia, Begriff mount. Because they're Rider class and is a paladin. Ah, okay. He's realized there's a chest there. Alrighty. Well, while he gets that all sorted out, we have advancements. Apply these smithing templates at least once. Spire, Snout, Rib, Ward, Silence, Vex, Tide, or Wayfinder, and craft trimmed armor at a smithing table. Be near a crafter when it crafts crafter. Crafts a crafter. Make a decorated pot out of 4 pottery shards. Trade with a villager at the build height limit. Summon an iron golem to help defend a village. Okay, Surge Protector seems like a start. So how would I go about making a lightning rod? I would need 3 copper ingots. Alright, let me find my copper. Copper, copper, copper. Where would I find a copper ingot? If I find my copper... Damn, not what I need. There we go. There's copper block. Then I can make a lightning rod. And build height, eh? Good. You bunked me before I could think fast. Alright. This should be enough stairs to get me to build limit. So, I think I'm going to go get a villager and take them up to build limit. I was out today. I should have gotten chapstick while I was out. I might still have some kicking around from last year. Just because my lips are starting to crack in a few places, and it's rather unpleasant. Hey, that's one of my old boats. Now we've gone too far past it. Huh. I think I'd already done that then. There's got to be around during a thunderstorm. This is my bed. You may not have it. It is mine. I've claimed it. I brought it with me. I brought it from home. This bed is mine, and you may not have it. So my idea here is we've got to get a villager all the way up to build height. So by building this grand staircase, I say grand staircase, it's a little strip of a staircase. I'll be able to slowly lure a villager up here. By breaking and replacing their workstation block. Ziggy, what's build height in Minecraft?
From MinecraftSkins.com. Bill Nye the Russian spy. Not fair.
That's Ziggy. What is build height in Minecraft?
From Sportskeeda.com. While changing the height limit is not possible in vanilla Minecraft, players can still download mods or data to modify the height depth limit in the game. You can increase the height limit in a world by using 2032 world.
That isn't what I asked either. Ziggy, how high can you normally build blocks in Minecraft 1.21?
From Minecraft.net. Build height limit is 256 blocks right now. Will be increasing to 384 in total with lifts up.
I still have no idea how high that is. Chat, does anyone know how high the build limit is in Minecraft? Because I'm starting to suspect that just shy of 3 stacks of stairs is not going to cover this. Manic, hello, it has been some while. How you doing? Since Z refused to answer, the build limit is 310 blocks. Okay. It's been good. Having a pretty good evening. Good, I'm glad to hear it. I am very glad to hear it. Ziggy, what's 310 divided by 64?
310 divided by 60, approximately 4.8.
4.838. Like what, over a year? Oh yeah. Easily over a year. I think probably the last time you were in was when Splatoon 3 was still going on. Ziggy, what's 310 divided by 64?
310 divided by 60, approximately 4.8.
5. I need 5 stacks of stone. Or cobblestone, or something else I can cut into stairs on one of the machines. Mid-2024. Yeah, and it's near the end of 2025. Exactly. There is no worry. You are here now. What all have you been up to? Does he just keep looping in a circle like that? Okay. In the event he does, he needs to not think that chest exists. Alright. And then... 1... I'm sorry, I'll be right back, chat. That was odd. I got a phone call. And actually, I'm not sure if any of the villagers do have a stone cutter. So let me see what I need to make a stone cutter. I need 3 smooth stone and 1 iron. 1 iron? So I must have some smooth stone around here somewhere. Hello, Borb Girl. Thank you for the bonus stacks. The bonus box. The bonus stacks. And also thank you for the Scotland the Brave. Ah, there's some smooth stone. I've been here just lurking. Ah, that's fair. That's fair. Also, I didn't swap onto my game screen. Also, chat, there are some things I want opinions on. So, I'm looking at doing some content on YouTube. Some like scripted content, things like that. Oh, but given how I'm doing this, I'm going to need 10 stacks. Oh no, more diorite. Whatever will I do? It's definitely my favorite block in the whole game. Honestly, I might just go with some of the cobblestone. We've got scads of cobble as well. I might need a pickaxe. So I've been thinking about making some other kinds of content, like scripted videos. Since I can't stream every day like I used to, what with everything that's going on, I got thinking, well, hey, one thing I can do is I can make scripted videos. And I might try and aim for, you know, one scripted video a week. Or, you know, some easy content to churn out would be, like, Let's Play content. You know, it would give you guys, you know, some Nobel content for when I am otherwise unable to provide. You know, and I know the nice thing about streams is the interaction, but, you know, I want to give you guys some stuff for when I can't be there. You know, so some scripted content, maybe like once a week getting a little scripted video. I do a lot of Gundam building. That's something that occupies some amount of my time, so I thought maybe, you know, doing a video where I build the kits, which is what I do that. So it would be nothing basically to set up my phone to record me doing that. And I could just film that and put it up on YouTube, either with some sort of associated ramble along with it, or, you know, my thoughts on that particular kit, or, you know, some kind of thing to go along with it. You know, I don't know. I guess I just wanted your guys' thoughts on the idea of me doing some stuff like that. How long roughly would these kind of video be? Probably somewhere around 15, maybe 20 minutes. So the editing would probably be, fairly rough. I'm not sure how I would do it. It would probably be more done like I do streams, where it's just me talking. You know, I'll have my script or notes or something like that, and it'll just be me talking. Or, you know, if it's me building a Gundam video, then it's just a matter of getting all of the clips together and, you know, making sure they're all nice and they look good, getting it built, finding some backing music to go with it, and then just, you know, recording me rambling, either about the kit or about my thought process as I was building it or anything like that. It wouldn't be too much work. Let's play content. I would probably do it in the style of honestly, the Let's Players that I grew up watching, like Yogscast, where or the Gingercast, or you know, those types where the Let's Play gets recorded in, you know, a session, and then it gets edited down into videos, but not by cutting out content to turn it into a video, but more so by like just cutting it down. Yeah, more cutting dead air or trimming things up to be snappier rather than, you know, heavily doing multiple takes or, you know, spending multiple hours in a thing. The scripted content would probably be a little bit more edited. For one, there'd be a lot of ums and ahs. I'd have a script, so any flubbed takes. Um, things like that. But you know, I also want to make scripted content, and I think for the scripted stuff, it'll depend. I have a lot of free time, but I don't have it in like the big blocks like I used to. I get like 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour here or there. So sitting down and writing out the script is probably a lot more feasible. Recording the script is probably a lot more feasible, things like that, so. I don't think I could bait a villager into a bubble elevator all the way to the sky. That would probably be the safest way to transport them, compared to this staircase in unto nowhere. But yeah. Just some ideas that are bubbling around in my head since I want to be making stuff for you guys every day, even if I can't do streams every day. And I'm thinking of using the 2 weeks, so that we've got this week, and then there's 2 more weeks before I'm going to be taking till January 1st off. I'm thinking of using the next 2 weeks as basically a test bed for that. So I'm thinking, you know, trying to stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then Tuesday doing a a sort of project-y in the background while I do a ramble type video. And making Thursday some sort of pre-recorded gaming content, and then making Saturday. Saturday's probably when I would do a scripted video, and Sunday's probably when a Gundam video would come out. Just because, you know, I tend to take a week building my kits, you know, cleaning them up, doing all that stuff, so. I tend to break them down, you know, doing the legs, the waist, the body, the arms, the head, the weapons all on their own different days. So I usually start a kit on Sunday and finish it up either Friday or Saturday, so. Get the footage shot, then get everything edited down probably Saturday evening. But yeah, that's the idea. Hey, we're almost to the build limit. Guess I didn't need the cobblestone. Build limit, double check, apparently it's 319. I was both thinking of Bedrock Edition and something, did a typo, sorry. No, you're all good. We're still in the right ballpark, then. Yeah, okay, I can't build above here, so gonna make a little platform here. I know that build. Why not? Why 319? Why not 320? Because computers start counting at 0, not at 1. So it's 320 blocks starting from 0, ergo your top block would be 319, not 320. So, you know, a human goes 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 319. A computer goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 319, unlike the human who starts at 1 and goes all the way to 320. I wonder how long it would take me to fall from here. Okay. Stopwatch. 3, 2, 1. Just under 6 seconds it took to fall from build limit to where I landed. Back. I did not bring my boat. Now go for the maximum from build limit to the lowest block. I actually already have that achievement. I'm gonna guess that Minecraft doesn't have like actual gravity, but you fall at a set rate. I built a little thing so that way I could only fall straight down. Because, yeah, I also did not trust that I wouldn't somehow muck it up. Also, you can't even see how shit the diorite looks from down here. All right, the librarian's going to come to his workstation. And now he's stuck up here. And I'm just going to slowly walk him up. I trust the path-finding algorithm enough to, you know, not get the villager killed. So I am going to try and take him up a little bit more this time. Gonna see if I can move him up 20 blocks. Oh, yeah, he picked up on it. All right. Let's see if I can take him up 30. So, 8, 10, 20, 30. Oh, yep, he can pathfind to it, all right. I think I'm gonna call you Benny. All right, let's see if we can take him up a full 50. Okay, he can't do 50. Let's see if he can do 40. Okay, 40 doesn't seem doable. 30 might be the biggest increment we can make. No, okay, maybe. Maybe we've got to do it in 25 then. This is AI turned off because I got too far away. Hey, hey, little guy. Hey. Nice tasty lectern up there for you. Yum, yum, yum. Tasty books. Tasty books. Yum, 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 yum. Just eat them up. Yum, yum, yum. I have no idea what the librarian does with the books. Maybe he licks them? Oh, he started moving. Damn it. I didn't get the lectern. Back. But I got a boat. Oh yeah, I have boats. If I'd been smart, I could have hopped myself in a boat and just gone, woo! Been fine. Dang, getting back up there without losing villager progress is gonna suck. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't try and pathfind to a bed. Though, actually... putting a bed up at the top might not... Oh, though I can't actually have it up at the top. But either way. He's still up there. Good. Good. Hi, Mr. Villager. Can I move you up to here? I can! Good. We've almost got you all the way up to the top. I know, it's gonna be exciting, isn't it? Thank you for the head pat, Tiz. I'm not sure if you can actually pathfind to anything down there anymore anyway. So I might not have to just break his only means of getting away anymore. Making a stairway to heaven right now? More like dragging a librarian up there. Betrayed. We're in spitting distance. Also, the head pad appears to be stuck. There we go. Come on. It's so close. We can do this. Come on, Mr. Librarian. We'll get you at the top, and I will trade with you, and you can have all the paper you like. Good, good. We've gotten the villager all the way up here. Now I need to go down for some paper. Damn it. By the way, I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen the videos about, you know, Minecraft potentially playing itself for infinity. But I like the idea that, like, one of the last few things standing in Minecraft would be the Mushroom Islands. it makes me want to see if there's a way to get a computer and a mod for Minecraft, honestly. That would let you essentially force the game to play itself out ad infinitum, basically where its internal tick and clock speed are set so high that you might be able to watch it go through, say, a day-night cycle every minute. But with the mobs acting properly for, the 10-minute day-night cycle every minute, and seeing how long it would take for things to descend. Like, if you could have a world fully loaded in, seeing how quickly things began falling to chaos. Maybe making a save every, 1,000 days in game, or maybe 10,000 days in game, so you can, look around and see the most interesting things that have happened. It's things my brain thinks about. Alright, now we should have enough sugarcane to make into fuckloads of paper somewhere. Okay, there's a stack. There's fuckloads of paper. Alright, back over to our villager. I really hope that librarian is still up there. I would cry if he wasn't. If he had actually died, I think I would cry. And I don't want to cry, chat, and I don't think you guys want me to cry either, but I think I would cry if he died. I'm not sure if that was a noise IRL that I heard, or what. I heard some sort of weird thunk noise. Did any of y'all hear that in chat? A sort of thunk? Okay, that was my phone buzzing. Oh, maybe it was IRL and my mic didn't like my mic canceled it out or OBS cleaned it up or something. He's there, he's there, he's there, he's really there. Come on, Mr. Testificate, up you go. This trade needs to happen at build limit. There's a separate achievement for getting a villager all the way up to max level. I don't know, I don't think you have to get one to max level at sky height, but that would certainly be a funny double achievement, getting one to max level and at sky height, and at the same time. All right. Hope Mr. Testific doesn't mind. I'm taking a chunk. I took a chunk out of his house to make it into a crafting table, but the librarian's all the way up here, so he doesn't know, and he doesn't need to care. There we go. Hello, Mr. Testificate. $12 got me a quick charge. Nice. I have no idea what this enchantment does. Good day to you, sir. I really hope I hit my respawn. Oh. I must have caught a vine or something. Parrots! Hello, parrots. They are little borbs. They go squeak squawk. They are little borbs. I swim away from them. Not because they are borbs, but because I have no business with them. Someone just messaged me. There's a moderation issue going on a server that I mod for. And they don't much take the fact I'm streaming as a reason not to bug me about it. So basically told them, look, here's my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. So, yeah. It's not it's not stream server, it's just another server that I mod for. So the little guy made any progress. Some. Not a whole lot, though. I think I might have to do some behind-the-scenes stuff where I help the little guy get it all sorted out. Or off-stream stuff where I help the little guy get it sorted out. Though, you know, there might be a way I can help him out right now, actually, and that's by throwing another copper golem in the mix. Alright, I still need to fix this from the explosion. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Alright, do I have another pumpkin? Yeah, I got pumpkin seeds. Got waxed chiseled copper. Waxed oxidized copper. I'm gonna take that. Oh, never mind. Not copper there. Alright, where did I see them pumpkin seeds? Yeah, I'm gonna take care of that tomorrow. It's bedtime in game now. There we go. Respawn point set, and It slept in. Now I saw pumpkin seeds somewhere in here. There's some pumpkin seed. That might be all the pumpkin seed, but I'll have a check to see if there's any more. Now, do I have any melon seed while I'm in here? No, that's cocoa. Just while I'm thinking about it, they grow the same way. I think I'm going to take this one crop of wheat and dedicate it to growing melons of some sort. Then melons can grow here, 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 here. And I'm going to put down standard dirt blocks. And if I plant melons, yeah. Basically checkerboarding it. And I'm surprised it took me this long to realize that's what I'm doing. But it took me until I said out loud what I was doing to realize what I was doing. This is going to be where I grow my melons. I think the reason I've gotten nothing from these is I don't think they can grow on sand. I think it was a very pretty place to plant them, but I don't think it was a very practical place to plant them. I think I forgot to put stuff down here. Now, I think I need bone meal production. And by I think I need bone meal production, I mean I'm annoyed I don't have bone meal production currently. So I'm going to get some bone meal production up and running. So, 2 chests. Should have done that differently. And now, boom. And you know what? Double chest on each end of them. Why do I keep making that mistake with chests? Alright, and now I need a composter, which is made through slabs. There we go. Alrighty, and now I'm going to get a bunch of my excess seeds turning into bone meal. I'm not sure if I can turn kelp into bone meal. But I know I have more than enough wheat seed. Alright, and I'm gonna harvest up all this wheat. Replant it, and then I'm gonna seed. Then I'm gonna put the excess seed into the bone meal composter. That way, hopefully, we can get another copper golem on the go. Alrighty, and Not near my crops. Baby zombie jackass. Alright, now I need some shears. Which are around here somewhere. There we go, and there's another pumpkin. Alright. 3 pumpkins, 3 blocks of copper. I'm gonna go into the audio settings very quickly and turn the jukebox and note blocks music down. I think I needed a bit more than that. Alright, let's see about finding me another. Oh, and I'm gonna need a pickaxe, which I've stuffed somewhere. Because these guys are gonna spawn in chests, and I only want them pulling out of the one chest. There we go. Got them all set loose. Ooh, I wonder if a trapdoor will do to keep them out of the chest. I suppose only one way to find out. And because I want them looping around, I think it's time I finish the stairwell. Means I need to find my bamboo. Bamboo blocks. Turns into bamboo planks. Becomes bamboo stairs. A bamboo stairwell. Hey, this is my bamboo, Panda. I did not steal it from your palace. Though, I might have taken a generous donation from your palace of bamboo. Now they've got to take the loop around. That's 3 of them, but there's 4. Where has number 4 gone? Nope. You're trying to get down there, little fella. No, you're not trying to be up here where the input chest is. You've got nothing in your inventory. Come on, little fella. There we go. All right, we've got Hubert, Larry, Decimal, and Daryl. Those are their names. Yep. Decimal, which is a huge reference to Huey, Louie, and Dewey. Hubert, Larry, and Decimal. And then I didn't know what to call the last one, so Daryl. Like Dewey Decimal? Can I make name tags? Is that a thing yet? Dang. Okay. I'll just have to remember that those are their names. You know, the Dewey Decimal System, the thing libraries use. I couldn't think of what Dewey would be short for. I'm gonna wax them to make sure they're all nice and polished. But yeah, now our little robot buddies have some more robot buddies. Toiling away in my basement. At least they have friendos. Press X to doubt. Look, just because... Look. It was an involuntary donation, but it was a donation nonetheless. Alright, they have to have sorted some tools by now. Hopefully this pathfinding isn't too much for them. I'd hate to overload the poor little robots. Poor little fellas. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. All good robots. Alright, so let's see. For advancements, that means we have traded, so then hired help would be the next one to go for on the villager path. Don't the golems only check like 10 chests for any item? Oh, that's a good question. Copper golem. Minecraft wiki. Oh, go right ahead, Shade. Okay. Thank you for the head pet, Gingy. And who is Father Nurgle? Ah, Grandfather Nurgle, which you might have heard as Father Nurgle, Grandfather Nurgle, the great-grandfather, the father of pestilence, or any number of fanciful names. But first, can we get a shout-out for Gingy, please, from one of the wonderful mods? And I will explain. So, Nurgle is one of 4 chaos deities. Each deity under chaos represents a particular aspect of humanity, or rather of all the sentient species in the galaxy who have a tie to the chaos dimension known as the warp. And each one represents an aspect of nature and an aspect of humanity. And something bad will happen when you look at that book. So, the way Nurgle works, right? So there are many chaos gods. Nurgle is, though there are actually There are 4, potentially 6, depending on how you count it, maybe even 8 or 9 different chaos gods, but the main 4 of the gods of chaos are Karn, Korn, who is the god of combat in all its forms, be it anger and rage-induced, or be it calculating devotion to justice, right? So everything from, a crazed berserker to a lawman is represented in Korn. Then you have the god of change and evolution, which is Tzeentch. And Tzeentch is all about change, evolution, deception, anything that causes an increase in informational entropy. That's what he's up to, right? Then you have Slaanesh, who is was kind of murder fucked into existence at a big death orgy by a bunch of space elves. Don't worry about it. It's Warhammer is weird like that. So this entity that was murder fucked into existence is the primary deity of pain and pleasure. So that's what Slaanesh is up to. Oh, good, we've got raiders. Yeah, so Slaanesh is up to pain and pleasure. But to bring it round to the question you asked about Nurgle, Slaanesh is Hellraiser. Slaanesh is more like hedonism, which might apply to Hellraiser? I don't fully know. I haven't actually seen Hellraiser to know. Alright, I'll beat them to death with this spoon. Get spooned, nerd. Get spooned. You've been spooned by a shark. Nurgle, Grandfather Nurgle, Father Nurgle, the father of pestilence, whatever you wish to know him as. I see. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of what Slaanesh is too. So yeah, that would be an apt description then. So Nurgle is the embodiment of rot and decay. So rot, disease, decay, the crumbling of civilization, all of that is what Nurgle represents from an elemental standpoint. He is elemental decay, elemental rot. He is the grave. And everyone is welcome in death, and none can escape it. So, followers of Nurgle view death as one of the many gifts of Nurgle. It is him embracing your soul, which is what Chaos Gods do to any of their followers. They, when they die, or potentially before that, they consume the soul of their worshippers. And see, this is where Warhammer gets kind of interesting, because anything that you do, if you're an entity with a particularly, or a member of a species with a tie to the warp, which is the chaos energy realm that these deities inhabit, any action you take that serves them is a form of worship. So dying is a form of worship to Nurgle. So is being sick. So is, letting things decay. That's all service to Nurgle, and when you die, Nurgle will claim your soul. Now, of Chaos Gods, Nurgle is also probably the least fucked of them. Like, he is stated in canon to be, a loving entity, which is a far cry from Khorne or Slaanesh or Tzeentch, Nurgle doesn't hate people. He doesn't desire them dead. He doesn't blah, 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 right? While his followers are alive, they are immune to the ill effects of the diseases that they are stricken with, They're not hurt by them, they're not, because, Nurgle just wants to spread his pox. He doesn't want to hurt people with it. Hurting people would be an unkindness. They will die one day, they will be delivered unto him either way. So making them suffer is not a goal of his. So his followers are immune to his, many, many poisons. Nurgle is a chaos god that sees sickness and plague as a sign of devotion, more or less construct of his... Kind of, except... So this is where it gets interesting. Nurgle doesn't conceive of himself as a deity. He doesn't have priests going out to advocate on behalf of his religious order or whatever. He just simply views all of life as being, he sees suffering and pain, and he wants to help these creatures that are suffering and that are decaying and that are dying, but he doesn't really know how to. The Chaos Gods aren't so much, they're called gods, but they're really more aptly described as entities. They are coalesced bits of nature and soul and energy and emotion from our reality, bleeding over into a reality known as the Immaterium. Or the Warp. And so we get sick and we hurt and we want someone to protect us, right? And so that natural swirling pool of disease, tied with our want to feel good when we're ill, leads to the emergence of a god who seeks to make us feel better when we're ill. It just so happens that that ball of swirling pestilence also happens to be the biggest thing tied up with those feelings of wanting to feel better. And so Nurgle gets created out of that desire to feel better when we're ill, and it becomes part of... Zombie! Hello! Oh, you're right. I haven't gotten the mod pack that turns you back into a zombie pigman. So that's what Nurgle is, right? He's that swirling desire to feel better when we're ill, manifest into an entity that makes us feel better when we're ill. Unfortunately, because it's also the manifestation of illness itself, it also is what gets us ill. Um, but like of all the chaos gods, Nurgle is probably the kindest of them. Like an example that stands out from one of the stories from 40k, more so in any of our creation. Yes, basically we created Nurgle, and Nurgle in turn feeds back into that. Like it's canon, for example, that during the Great Crusade, and the Emperor going around and basically going, no more religion, religion bad, religion heresy. Funny how that works. The Emperor basically banning all religions. A literal god of atheism began to coalesce in the warp. A god of non-belief began to coalesce because people believed in non-belief, which will then eventually lead to a feedback loop of, well, we don't believe in the god of non-belief, but that's kind of feeding into the god of non-belief because we're not believing. And that's how the warp can kind of work with its deities, is they feed back cyclically into each other. It's not quite like an Ouroboros devouring its own tail, it's more like some other fucked up metaphor. Basically, we feed into them and they feed back into us. And it keeps going down tier to tier to tier to tier to tier. Also, I checked, they can only access up to 10 chests before they eventually will forget. Now, theoretically, that means that by the time they get here, they should go, oh, there are chests here. And eventually, items should get sorted. Eventually. And then it'll get here and it'll pathfind all the way back around. But yeah. Yeah, Nurgle is, just like all of the Chaos Gods, an emergent property of... Yeah, Warhammer didn't used to be so confusing. It's because back when they started it, they just copied a bunch of stuff from fantasy and went, cool, this is how Warhammer works. This is the way these fantasy things work. And then over time, they got their own ideas and had their own little concepts and thought, oh, wouldn't it be neat if? Wouldn't it be neat if? Wouldn't it be neat if? And they built it out to be more and more and more than it was. So Warhammer has gotten confusing because they kept adding on to the lore. Sounds cool, at least. Oh, it definitely does. I could ramble probably for hours about Warhammer lore. Was just stretching there for a moment. You know what? I'm going to spend the last bit of stream blending this terrain in. Gonna go 3. So I think my first step is probably gonna be taking this and just cutting it down. I was into Warhammer from the time I was about 14, I think. I got in around 5th edition, whenever that. Ziggy, when was 5th edition of Warhammer 40k?
From lexiconum.com. Warhammer 40,000 5th edition rulebook, 5th core rulebook, Hammer 4. It was released in July 2008 as a reduced paperback version, including only the rules without any background material. Released as part of the Warhammer 40,000 Black Region.
Ziggy, what version of Warhammer was out in 2010?
From lexiconum.com. Warhammer has been periodically updated and re-released since the first of 1980. Changes to the gaming system. And the 8th edition, released on the 10th of July 2010, was the final version.
That doesn't sound right. Anyway, I got in around 2010. I've read several of the books. I could go on and on about its lore for absolutely hours. The main reason... Hello, Riley. The main reason I got out of Warhammer was actually the pandemic. I'd actually just bought up stuff to do 2 new armies for Necromunda, which is the skirmish game for it. I bought a big box of Necrons and a big box of Blood Angels. Because I had really been enjoying Necromunda. And I thought, you know, get myself a couple more armies. It'll be great fun. Plus, if I have these armies, then if I meet someone who doesn't play, but wants to, I can have an army that they can play against me with. So I'd have my force of Chaos Marines, which is what I played, both in full 40k and in Necromunda. And I had these 2 other armies that were fun. And if someone wanted to play, like they wanted to try Necromunda, then I have these 2 other forces that they could play with or that I could use. You know, I knew people who liked 40k but didn't want to build a Necromunda army, and I thought, well, okay, I can share with them and they can, you know, use that. But the pandemic happened, and the local game store that I went to, one of its 2 owners passed away, and his wife basically just wanted to sell the store, but the other owner didn't have enough to buy her out. And so the lawyer said the best bet is just to sell the store and split the assets 50-50, because it would be hard to win that case in court. And so that was the end of there. And the other game stores near me focused just on Magic the Gathering or another game, and they have no Warhammer rules because there have been incidents, let's just say, in the past that I am aware of, where some people were just utter asses. And so after that happened, during the pandemic, the game store closed down, and I didn't have anywhere to do Warhammer, so the armies are built, they're not painted. And frankly, I don't know where they are now. In boxes somewhere. But I don't have anywhere to play Warhammer anymore. Yeah, it does. Though, honestly, if I was still actively playing Warhammer, over the last couple years, I would have stopped anyway. Not because of streaming, but because of what Games Workshop is doing lately. That's the company that owns Warhammer. Prices have just gotten out of control for Warhammer stuff. You know, and it sucks that that's the state of Games Workshop and the state of Warhammer right now. But there's also not much I can do about it. So, you know, I moved on to doing Gundam. I say moved on to doing Gundam. I more so moved back to doing Gundam. Because Gundam is actually how I ended up into Warhammer in the first place. I give Jensen a silly idea where you meet him... Where you meet him, you meet Weston, you meet Drifter, and Krista start in a Law and Order style series or a Law and Order spin-off that takes place in Toronto. Okay, I really want to hear this idea. This sounds hilarious. But yeah, around 2008 I got into building Gundam, and I got one or two every couple months. Basically, anytime we went down to the city, I would pick up a couple. And sometimes the sometimes the local video store, which was also the hobby shop, would get in Gundam model kits, and I would pick them up with my chore money or any money I'd gotten for birthdays or Christmas. But then the hobby store in my hometown, they started getting in Warhammer stuff, and they got that in a lot more frequently, so I started into Warhammer. And, you know, it had this game attached to it, and it was loads of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And then they had this little mini game, this skirmish game called Necromunda that I got into when they came out with the, you know, edition around, like the one that was tied to 8th edition. Was where I got into Necromunda, and I thought that was a great bit of fun. Played the hell out of it. Okay, that's a neat idea. That's a neat idea, Riley. I like it. But yeah, I got into Necromunda. That was a lot of fun. I moved to where I am now. Maybe I got into Necromunda after I moved to where I'm at now. Either way. So this might not look like much, but with enough texturing and shaping and things like that, it will turn out, I think. And this is going to need the same sort of hauling down. I think I'm going to set it along this same line. There we go. I've got a little marker line. But yeah, so after that happened, during the little tail end of the pandemic, I wanted to get back into Gundam. And it was around the time I was actually making this channel, I decided I was going to pick up the Nobel Gundam as my first one back. And while setting up this channel, I took an old nickname of mine that was what I used on the Wii, the Wii U, a bunch of stuff. My Switch account was named after it. And, the account name was taken, so I tacked Nobel, which was the Gundam I was thinking about getting, onto it. Good doggos. Up and kill off all those nasty, mean pillagers. But yeah, so I tacked it on to the name, and now it's what everybody calls me. And actually, just recently, I finished building the Nobel Gundam. Have I posted the pictures of it? I don't know if I have. And actually, where is the Nobel? There's where I put the Nobel. Right. I will post those in the server's general chat after stream. Remember when I was playing Minecraft with a friend, we had an underground base because I had a tornado mod installed. Tried blending the entrance basin with the ground. Ah. Terraforming is always, I think, fun in Minecraft. I mean, it's literally one half of what the game is about, so... I think the big cut slabs are going to be useful at the very least. For giving me a foundation, I'm not going to say no lower than this, no higher than this. It's more just giving me a smoother shape to work with, rather than the harsh block that I had before. But yeah, so it's so funny too because now everybody calls me Nobel. Friggin' my friends call me Nobel, my partners call me Nobel. People that I knew IRL before I started streaming have started calling me Nobel. About the only people who don't call me that now are my IRL family and the government. And I honestly don't mind that. I like the name Nobel. It's what I call myself in my head at this point, I'm far, far more likely to go, come on, Nobel, you can do this, in my head, than I am to go with, pronounce you like Noble. Yeah, some people call me Noble, some people call me Nobel. I say Nobel. But I don't mind either way. And sometimes I say Noble, too. No, both are correct. So brief TLDR. So the Nobel Gundam, which is what I'm named after, is named after Alfred Nobel, who is, well, to be fair, the Nobel Gundam is actually named after the Nobel Prize, which is not the Nobel Prize, it's named after a guy. Which is Alfred Nobel. It's not the Nobel Prize, but the Nobel Prize. And he created it for people who had made contributions to furthering peace after a thing was published referring to him as the Mad Doctor of Death. Because his brother had died, but people thought that he had died. And so people were going, yay, the Mad Doctor of Death is dead, because he had invented TNT. And he went, oh my goodness, no, I don't want my legacy to be the Mad Doctor of Death. I invented TNT to make mining safer. It's not my fault that these mine operators have used it like madmen, and that it's been turned into a weapon of war. So he made the Nobel Prize. And so it's named after him, and it's awarded to people who have made some stride towards bringing peace to humanity. Now there are other Nobel Prizes that they've come out with since, like the one for science, the one for technology, the one for economics. But all of those are meant to be these people have somehow furthered the course of peace. Be it through some sort of economic peace between two warring factions, be it, it's the idea anyway, be it having made some contribution to science that will help promote peace, or otherwise the betterment of humanity, like, well, the person who figured out an even better way to synthesize nitrogen for fertilizers. Which, by the way, that's what Alfred Nobel did to get TNT, was he improved a way of synthesizing nitrogen. But, I believe it is time to raid on out. Yes, it is. It is 9:01. So let's see whomst is live to raid on out to. That's my reward queue. There's the stream manager. All right, raid channel. Following. Let's see. Sort by viewership. And by the way, I'm sorting by lowest viewership because I want people to go, oh, yay, and spread the love, rather than going, yeah, these are my viewers, and I'm going to get you to give me some of yours. And you know what? It's been a while since we've stopped in at Dakota. So, let's go say hi. And here is our raid message. Sharks. Mine on in. No, let's tunnel on in from Minecraft. And for those of you who have access to the emotes, please do consider using this variation, but it is time to raid on out. So I hope you all have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. Bye-bye now.